Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And today we are going to look at the fallout of the official failure or cancellation of the Netflix deal. It does seem to be official now because it's in People magazine, and People magazine is the go-to for Harry and Meghan when they want us to know something. Sources close to tell People magazine that the deal is really done. There's no renewing. It is over. So the first thing I want to look at is the implications for the marriage. I have the after tarot on the tarot table because enormous pressure on that marriage right now. Financial pressure, humiliation, blame game. You told me it would be wonderful, we'd be billionaires, the world would love us, and so on and so on. Mutual blame game, I'm sure. Your polo show was such a dud. They had to delete all your scenes because you couldn't ad lib, according to Neil Sean recently. All that kind of stuff. The scramble back to the royal family that they're trying at any rate to manifest. All of that tells me that the relationship must be under serious pressure. And when I last had a look at the marriage, I did a 12-month reading quite recently. It looked as if they were having a few months of kind of a grace period, and then the wheels would start coming off around about now. And lo and behold, we have this Netflix story that has come out sooner than we might have expected it to come out. The deal expires in September as far as I understand things. And even if there are the odd one-offs and brilliant things with Paramount and all the rest of it, it's pretty bad. And it's pretty bad, so bad that they've had to leak the story now, I guess, and to stop the will they won't they speculation that otherwise would have dragged on for the next few months. So, relationship spread, we're going to look at Harry and Meghan this year. Start of the year, 2025, and then where they are now. That's a marriage card, the Hierophant, that's just showing itself, interestingly. And then where they're going to be by the end of the year. My previous reading, end of 2025, it looked like it was all over by the shouting, and there would be quite a lot of shouting. Let's see where the energy is now. These two blow hot and cold. It's very hard to keep track of their energy in terms of their marriage because it is so erratic, so volatile. Never a good sign, in my opinion. And let's remind you that it is just tarot, and it is just for fun and entertainment, and it is just my opinion and my speculation. Just read energy. Disclaimer in the box below. Where are they? What's going on? Harry and Meghan, relationship spread. Haven't done one for a while for them. This is the past energy, start of 2025, all that writing in the sand, so optimistic, everything was just going to be wonderful. This is where they are now. That's Harry's energy. This is what's between them. This is her energy, Meghan's energy, and this is end of 2025, next 6 months, basically, Harry and Meghan. Underlying energy is, a signifier. I saw this card. I was going to comment on it. It flew out as I was shuffling. The Eight of Cups, the leaving pain behind, walking away card. The Eight of Cups, but it's in reverse, not to walking away, being stuck. So even though I should imagine that there is quite strong motivation from both of them to leave the situation, it's going to be rather difficult. Might look really bad right now to just call it quits when the Netflix deal is over. And he would look like a real cad if he walked away from her now. And where's she going to go? She's got nowhere to go. Maybe Florida. We're going to look at that. Palm Beach. We're going to look at that in the next reading. A rather strange little story that's popped up in the last day or so. But there it is. That's the situation that they are in. Let's look at the past. Harry and Meghan, and both got fours, and fours are the cards of stability and solidity, sort of consolidating. Now, there were wild rumors in the second half of last year, 2024, that there was a serious problem in the marriage and that possibly divorce was in the offing. He disappeared, of course, went off and did his own thing. She looked a bit cray-cray at times. showing up in that red dress at that children's hospital thing. All very erratic and strange, and strong rumors which have been circulated again recently that divorce was on the cards, very much and so, and then they decided not to. They decided to stick with each other for the time being. Interested to know why, but the start of the year, Harry's energy is control and blocking his heart, but maintaining his footing in a situation, staying in a situation, trying to look stable, trying to look solid, trying to hang on to his stuff. Maybe worried that he was going to lose too much status, prestige, credibility, money if he walked out on her. That's coming through very loudly in that Four of Pentacles. So that's why he stayed. Maybe the Bank of Power had something to tell him about what he would lose in a divorce. Don't know officially, but can speculate, and that's what we do here on this tarot table and in these tarot readings. Her own energy, very uninterested in the marriage, pouring that cup out in the Four of Cups. It's the card of apathy, indifference, boredom, can't be bothered. So there's no love lost there. Those are not cards of love. They are very pragmatic cards. 4 energy is that pragmatic energy. Harry, I want to hang on to my coin. I'm not going to let her get her grasping claws on it, even though he does seem to have sunk a lot of his own personal money into her brand efforts this year. Or was it Netflix's money? No one can quite identify how that all happened. Her energy, don't come near me, not interested in you. We hardly saw him in any of her Instagram posts. We hardly saw him in With Love Meghan. I think he only showed up right at the bitter end of that first series, if it can be called that even. And he was behind the camera allegedly once or twice, although easy enough to clip some sound, to put some sound clips in and make it seem like he was behind the camera. Don't know. No love lost. Where are they now? Harry's energy first. We get, we're reading on their marriage, of course, not their business deals. We've got the Sun in reverse, and we've got the Page of Swords in reverse. We're very unhappy. Very unhappy. Hiding even. The Sun is illumination. The Sun is clarity. Spotlight on. In reverse can mean disappearing into the shadows. I've got disappearing energy recently for him quite often. But miserable, depressed, down and out. Just can't believe how bad it is. And feeling under attack with that little Page of Swords in reverse. The Page of Swords is, I said, blame game. When things go wrong in a situation like this, there's going to be blaming and shaming and accusations and criticism and attack, all that stuff. I'm getting shrew energy from that little Page of Swords in reverse. Criticism that's very difficult to deal with for him. And possibly also not enjoying reading about it in social media because it's quite a gossipy, conspiratorial kind of an energy. And we know how he hates social media and he wants to silence everyone and shut everyone down. And it's all our fault. And we are going to be blamed when this marriage finally fails. We are going to be blamed, and the royal family. Bet your bottom dollar that's the way it's going to go. But that is not a happy husband. Basically. How's the wife doing in Montecito or wherever she is now? We got the King of Wands in reverse. Oh, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's not a happy wife. It's not a happy wife at all. Ooh. Ouch. King of Wands is... normally I'd say it's her energy, but it's coming through as his energy. She's over it. She's over the drama, the temper tantrums, how difficult he is. Wands are difficult when they're in reverse. They're very over dramatic. They're very angry. They have their tantrums. They are quite difficult to manage. They're quite erratic. That's Harry, redhead energy, fiery energy, volatile energy. She can't stand it. She's rejected him. King of Wands is very, how how can I say this, on YouTube, virile energy, shall we just say. It's in reverse. She's not interested in any of that. Thank you, but no thank you. And that's why we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse as well, because this is the emotional support card. And it's in reverse. She's cooled. She's iced. She's turned into ice in this relationship. There's huge rejection of him as a man, shall we say. And there's emotional distance as well. Both energies are difficult, erratic. This is manipulative energy, the Queen of Cups. This is volatile, difficult energy. I can imagine that there are tears and there are tantrums and there are all kinds of things going on there. But what's interesting about this is that it might be past the time of tears and tantrums, and it might have turned to ice and distance at this point. And that's always when you know that you are done in a relationship. If the person can't be bothered to fight with you, then you're pretty much done. So what's between them right now on this very difficult moment? There's the World in reverse. That's the failure card. The Seven of Swords in reverse as well. So the World upright is completion of a cycle, success, very public success, achieving your goals, learnt your lessons, very pleased with yourself, and everyone's saying, well done, you stuck in there, and it's brilliant, and now you can move on to even better things. It's in reverse, huge, big, spectacular failure that you can't extricate yourself from, because it goes on round and round and round. You haven't finished the cycle yet, and so you're stuck on the spin cycle basically. And for all the world to see, and this is why we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse as our underlying energy, very difficult to extricate themselves from the situation. And why is it difficult to extricate themselves? Even if they want to run away, Seven of Swords, you can see in the After Tarot, foot in a trap there. If they run away, they will be exposed, which is the Seven of Swords in reverse. Either one of them decides to call it quits on the relationship, get the papers out from under the pillow where they've been resting for quite some time, and serve them on the other, comes the exposure. They know too much dirt about each other at this point. They're being embroiled, in my opinion. This is my wild speculation as a tarot reader for fun and entertainment, that they know where the corpses are, the skeletons, not the corpses, wrong word, sorry YouTube. They know where the skeletons are, where the bodies are buried. That was what I was trying to say. It came out very badly. So that is this is a harsh energy, really, really harsh energy. Are things going to improve in the next 6 months? Let's wind forward to the end of this year. That's Harry's energy and her energy. Harry's got the Five of Cups. It's in reverse. The Five of Cups is the sorrow and regret card, being fixated on something that is upsetting or distressing, that you regret. It's in reverse. He's the one who's beginning to lift his head up and look around and think, maybe there is a way out of this mess. She's the one who's in big trouble at the end of the year. That's her card. That's her own personal card, the Strength card, Leo energy. It is in reverse. She's the one who's looking weak. She's the one who's losing control of the situation, who's powerless in the situation, no longer can control him. It was very much the Harry and Meghan card. For years and years and years there, they are the Leo and the Virgo together in this card. No longer. It looks like she's the one who's losing more at the end of the year than he is. He might have found some solace somewhere else, but she looks like she's the one who's really struggling to maintain her grip on him at the end of the year. It's not divorce, but it's pretty damn close with this energy in this reading. That's my opinion, my reading. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.